Hello artists. Today we are starting a unit on Tanzania, which is a country in Africa, and we are going to start learning about Tanzania actually through a special ecosystem there called the Serengeti. So if you remember when you opened the Canvas page, you saw right up top a beautiful picture of the Serengeti, and we're actually going to be inspired by that landscape scene. So today we're just painting the background, and we're using watercolors, and we're even going to leave out that setting sun. That's a detail we're going to collage on top next week. So I have my watercolor tray, water cup, paper towel, and brush, and I am going to start painting. You can choose if you want to do this slightly differently, but I do have some tips to make this look like a sunset you might be interested in. I'm waking up my yellow paint here, and I'm going to start by getting some splotches, some just organic shapes in the sky of that yellow. Because while this is wet, and you can see my brush is moving pretty fast, I do want my paint to still be wet after I wake up my orange and I add that in. So the wet paint, these blend then really well, and it feels more like a sky because, as you know, when you see that setting or rising sun, it often has some soft transitions, and even some of those splotches can help look like clouds. So now I'm kind of switching to my orange, and I'm thinking of that being in more splotches. And maybe I realize, oh, I want to go back in and add some yellow. I can do that. And although I am working quickly, you're always welcome to pause the video. If your paint dries, that's okay. You could even still get it wet again. I love that orangey yellow color. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of add a larger orange section now. And my paint is pretty watery for this project, so I've added quite a bit of water to that little tray. I'm going to switch now to the red, waking up my red. And I'm adding I'm just kind of going over top of the orange in parts. I almost don't want to make that red too dark because I'm afraid it won't feel as realistic. And now I'm going to water down my red even more. So I have a lot of water. And I might even just dip. So it's a pretty watery light color to the bottom of my page because I'm actually going to add some purple over top of that. And I know my purple is a pretty intense color. I don't want that to be too dark for the sky scene. So I've added my very light red. It's looking pink. I'm waking up the yellow. Again, using a lot of water. So I'm gonna add that to that watery. I added a little more red there, and I really like that color. And this feels like a sky. So, when you finish, take a picture and please submit to this assignment, but make sure that you save this beautiful sunset scene because we will be using it next week for art.